We're going to play some FTL today. We're going to play viewerships like we always do on Mondays. So I hope you all are ready. Our first ship up of the day is going to be an interesting one. I looked at it and it's huge. And of course it's from RPGNerdos. So let me make sure pause is on. It is. So we are checking out the... what is this called? The Depth Cruiser. And oh boy, is this thing ginormous. I guess RPGNerdos is back to his gigantic shipbuilding ways. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a massive thing. Another one of those that doesn't really fit on the screen. Let's look at the description of this crazy ship. Is there a B and a C type? No, okay. For some reason I thought there was. All right, the Depth Cruiser. Yes, wow. Wow is the right words. Your ship not being huge is honestly when it's time to celebrate. It's true. The Depth Cruiser. This large vessel is the ultimate answer to the question, what does it mean to be the Abyss? It can trade blows with the biggest sea monsters and smash ships to pieces once its equipment is done lurking. Become the menace and show the rebels the true power of the depths. That's a thick ship, that's right. It definitely is. It's not huge, but its weapons are. Oh, is it the weapons that are huge? Maybe it is the weapons. I know it's hard to tell. Tooth, lightning, and echo. I see this is a weapon. I think the weapons, I don't think these big giant things on the sides are the weapons this time. All right, let's look at the augments. We got a lot of stuff to read. We got to read about weapons, augments, and drones. Or the augments or the info things. This vessel is large enough, depth cruiser, to sustain the crew of 12 people. Reactive plating. This ship is equipped with plates that can provide protection to your systems. So titanium system casing. Moving them requires a lot of power, however, so be sure they are where you want them to be before you jump into another battle. Moving... what? The plating? Does that mean... does this have to do with if you move your power around in battle? That's weird. Reaper hull. The ship has 40% chance to resist hull damage. Alright, weapon plating. The ship can contain 9th level and weapon control for almost free as additional armor. Okay. Movable protection plates. I don't know if I understand that. Once I see drone control, I'll learn more. Okay. The Abyss be your home. On empty beacons and at the start of each sector, the cruiser can hide within the Abyss. This will delay the rebels. Okay, nice. And will allow you to regain some hull or improve your lunge ability. To improve it, you will need to have sufficiently upgraded engines, level 2, 4, 6, and 8, before improving the artillery to level 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting, okay. So, at empty jumps, we'll be able to improve our artillery, but we have to upgrade our engines first. Quite interesting. Oh, we resist all that damage because we don't have shields. I just realized we have cloaking but no shields. Okay. Can you be one of the engineers on board? Sure. Sure thing, Yuri. I'll do that right now. Night. Yuri. Alright, what do we got? Abyssal plating. We have 3 abyssal plating drones. This new experimental plating can provide additional protection to one of your systems as long as present in the room with a system. Does not have to be powered to protect the system. Controllable. Can absorb up to 3 system damage before breaking. Does not recover health and drone control. And you'll need to quickly repower weapons and weapon system to preserve their charge if it gets hit. Weird. Okay. So... these are drones that protect your system from taking damage. Whatever system that they're in. It does not recover health and drone control. So it's like consumable armor drones that you have to probably reactivate after they get killed or something. That's quite interesting. Alright, yeah, I should be piloting it. Okay. Whoops. Really interesting mechanic there. And then we got 3 different types of weapons. Depth lightning. The bioluminescent crystals that grow out of this chassis generate electricity and then release a powerful burst of energy that can break up to 4 shield layers. Each shield layer reduces total damage the burst can do by 1. After the first volley, It outmatches Burst Laser 2, reducing its own cooldown to 11 seconds. After the first volley. So, it's a slow first volley, then after that it's faster, I guess? 2 power, 4 shots. Normal damage of 1. Break up to 4 shield layers. Okay. What's up, Ted the K? Basically, you place a plate in a system that you want to protect. They require a lot of power to move, but you don't need to keep them powered for their protection to work. Okay. What's up, Synthwave baby? I'll have to see them in action to fully understand, but I think I'm getting an idea. Cross Shark's Tooth. Launches a mighty spike that pierces 1 shield, deals heavy damage to the room it hits, and locks it down. After the first volley is faster than the Lido-class missile. Alright, so first volleys are slow, and then they get fast. 2 power, 1 shot, 2 damage, 1 shield pierce. This is basically a heavy pierce laser, it sounds like, that locks down. And has a chance to not use missile. Okay. So basically heavy pierce laser. Oh, heavy pierce laser has a 70% chance to not use a missile, though. Alright, and then an Abyssal Echo. If anyone ever pondered what's the voice of the depths, this will be the most likely answer. Sound waves produced by this weapon are so powerful they damage systems, hurt and stun crew in the room for a very long time. Next volleys are absolutely devastating for even the most durable systems. The screams never cease and they get worse. Wow, okay. 2 power, 3 shots, no hull damage, 10% breach chance, 100% affliction chance. And the affliction is stunning. I think this does some sort of crew damage, but I don't know how much. It's going well, my friend. It's going well. We're about to play some crazy shit from RPGNerdos. Echo deals crew damage as well in the form of rapid damage over time effect. It does more system damage after the first volley. Okay, so 1 system damage, and then it does more after that. Okay. Whew, alright. The Lurker. Let's check it out. We have Gibbs, Fall the Rebellion. We have the amazing Multiverse Gibbs, my favorite. Alright, restart should keep the names of all the people. Alright. Hide within the abyss. Ooh, the fleet is delayed, so that's like distraction buoys. My engines are level 2, so I can do this, right? Won't work if artillery has been upgraded level 2 or above. Upgrade. Okay, very nice. So that's the only... We'll have to get to 4 engines before I can do the next one. Affliction is the dot you mentioned. Okay. We always love crazy ships. Yeah, absolutely. And this one is a ginormous one. So we don't ever get shields, so we can have a silly device immediately. So let's have a silly device to immediately bless the run. Bless us this run, thy silly device, with thy blessings. It's the WoW Warlock FTL ship. Murdots, that's right. Although I'll probably want you to be in sensors to start if I want a crew kill. To place the plating in systems, yeah. So... how do I place it? Alright, so we definitely want protection weapons. Let's get protection in... So you say the drones don't have to be powered to protect the system. Let's go cloaking. And let's go... I guess artillery? What is our artillery? Deals up to 8 damage, completely ignoring hostile evasion. Okay. And they'll stay where they're depowered, and they become invisible, which is pretty interesting. May the Abyss be with us. Yes. You want to be the pilot. The pilot's already been taken, Synthwave. Inan is the pilot. Only one available is this chunky human on engines, which you can be if you'd like. Alright, what weapon do I want to use? Lightning is the one that is 4 shots. Echo is the one that's crew kill. Alright. Okay, run has been blessed. Bless us is the inline run. Explore for 3 fuel. You want to be on engines then? Alright, for sure. Alright, all crew are taken. Currently, synth wave Synth Wave Baby. Okay. I like your name. It sounds like a bard attack from D&D or something. Being human comes with the danger of being vented. Yes, yes. I hope you understand this. Yikes. First ship, Zeldan Shield. Whatchamacallit? Flak. And a free engine hack. Goodness gracious, I'm glad I'm not playing on hard no pause right now. Whoa! It turns the entire screen black when you cloak. That's cool. I cloaked the wrong thing. I should have cloaked this, not that. I wonder if this plating protects from ions or not. Whoa! That was the artillery. Ooh, the sounds, man. This is a spooky ship. Going full spooktacular mode here. Happy Halloween, everybody. We have a spooky abyss ship. Wow, those sounds, though. It's funny because you play D&D as a bard. Nice, nice. If I played more in D&D, then I would always be a bard. Artillery is basically ship ramming hostile ship. Is that what it is? Okay. I goes in the abyss. Okay. We can't do that. Recover health. Nap. Okay, so that's free heals. This guy can do a lot of stuff at empty jumps, which is pretty OP. Wow, we're going to be delaying the ship a lot. Wow, I fought 2 ships and they've both been Zeldan Shield ships. Now that's crazy. That is craziness. Oh my, why didn't my plating protect that? What? Why didn't my plating protect that? I have plating in there. Is it busted or did it... I don't understand. Does it have to be powered? I thought it didn't have to be powered. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Okay. You tested all this stuff, right? I mean, you always test your stuff. Is the plating still there? It's there. Does not have to be powered to protect the system. Absorbs 3 system damage before breaking. Does not recover health. Well, I don't know, man. I have a new version of Hyperspace. Is this maybe not compatible with the latest version of Hyperspace? I don't know, man. They're basically supposed to repair the system instantly, and that's what they did for you. Very weird. Well, I feel like I'm a lot more squishy than I'm supposed to be then, which is a little scary. Can I even buy shields on this ship? Is it possible to buy shields? 835 for another weapon, and I need lots of power. I'm just gonna go power to start, because we need crazy amounts of power for this ship. Yeah, I mean, they're all unpowered. I mean, you can see right now. Can you? Well, I mean, can't. Let me move myself. There. You see? They're all unpowered. I don't know, maybe I should power them. Jesus, 2 Zeldan Shield ships and now a Pulsar. Crappy, crappy start. What a crappy start to this run. Yeah, your drones aren't working, dude. Sorry to say, your drones are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Yikes. Okay. Cloak this. Oh, the artillery took out... I mean, my artillery got taken out. God damn it. Alright, get out of this bullshit, man. I don't know, the only thing I could think of is that I'm playing with the latest version of Hyperspace and there's some incompatibility. I don't know. I mean, every time I load up Hyperspace, a mod with Hyperspace, it says invalid version for yours, so this is looking pretty bad right now. Because we are not able to resist any... Okay, well, we have that resist. I feel like I'm gonna die and have to ask you to do something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this run or not. Where are they? They're over here. I don't know, man. I don't know why it's not working. Your stuff always works. The reason it gives me the error is because RPG puts the whole Hyperspace mod in his mods. Oh. Should I not be loading Hyperspace when I load your mods? I didn't know that I was not supposed to do that if that's the case. I just always load Hyperspace when I load mods. Why? Okay. Apparently there's only a single slot in this room. This has happened in the last 2 of your ships where I can't fit 2 people in certain rooms. Why does that keep happening? Why can I only fit 1 person in your cloaking room? So confused. Oh, it's the drone taking up a slot. Okay. Alright, never mind, sorry. Yeah, drone is in there. He's invisible. So I forgot that he existed. I also forgot that he existed because he's not doing anything. So he's not doing anything, I might as well take him out of that room. Just have these guys in empty rooms, I guess. I don't even know what to do with these guys now. I don't know what to do with them. They're basically... they're basically taking up slots on my ship. They're freeloaders. They are freeloading. Okay, this is... Did you tell me that if I was able to buy shields? I don't know. There's a store. I feel like I'm gonna sell these things because they do nothing currently. Oh my god, another beam drone, dude. God, they keep hitting my cloaking fucking instantly, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play your ship, RPGNerdos. I think I'm just gonna die. A ship with no shields and the defense mechanism doesn't actually work is kind of GG, it feels like. You opened your FTL and they work for you. I mean, I can show you my mod list. Maybe I need to reload without a Hyperspace installed and only use your Hyperspace. The repair is set to 1. The heavy laser dealt 2 damage. The repair is set to 1. Well, a beam drone just hit my cloaking and, well, I actually moved the drone out of it. Have I been hit only with 2 damage every time? Guess I'll move these guys back in and see if it makes a difference. Maybe they're doing 2 damage with heavy lasers everywhere. That wouldn't be the problem, you don't think? Okay. Let me get out of Sector 1 And then maybe I'll reload the mod with a different order of mods or something. The plate should then use up more of their durability and heal for more. Okay. Sure. Okay, hide in the abyss. I can't upgrade, but I can heal. At least we can heal. This free heal is needed, that's for sure. I won't sell them yet then. I'll buy the long range scanners, I guess. Ship can buy shields. Okay, that's good at least. Okay. Man, I'm still trying to think if there's anything else I could do to make these work. We need to fight a ship with only basic lasers. Oh my god. Why am I fighting only ships with double heavy lasers and flax? Man, Renew, 63 months. This has to be the worst cryptocurrency investment you've ever made. The cloaking looks awesome. Don't be a... What is it that people in cryptocurrency say when they're trying to convince people not to sell? Don't be a... the negative Nancy or something. I don't know. I watched a video about cryptocurrency and it's all about the culture or something. I forget. Don't sell. Don't sell. Go all in. You're a whale. I don't know. Cool looking lightning weapon though. Everything looks cool. It's just the defenses don't seem to be working. What is this? Oh, that was the artillery. Okay. It's gonna fly to the moon. That's right. But don't... There's something you're supposed to not do, which is backing out. And if you back out, you're a doubter or something like that. I forget. Okay. Alright, giant alien spiders. No, if I lost any crew, I'd be in even worse shape. I currently am. Solar flare with no shields. And okay. Solar flare with no shields. Man, I feel like I can't do anything. Someone jinxed NASA with that, with the fly to the moon thing. Okay. Where are they? They're over. Okay. Oh, they're gonna kill my plating drone guy. Okay. They'll die before. I guess it's protecting my system there, too. Go on in. The dying's fine. Man, this ship is feeling like Stealth B, but with worse cloaking. Because I can't... because I don't at least start with level 2 cloaking. It's probably better than Stealth B, but I'm fighting really difficult ships for this. 5, 8. Damn, I can't get one more power. One reason I get the error message is because in your mods RPG, there's the version tag, which is set to version 0.8. Every Hyperspace update, the XML gets some changes or might get them. Okay. Okay. Please tell me it doesn't have another beam drone. Okay. Where are they? In my doors. Just get 60% dodge, I guess. Which is 0. Well, okay, we resisted something. I think it was the hull damage. Yeah, because we took the system damage. Okay. Okay. This, and you go repair. Always got a basic laser. Okay. You're still trying to figure out why your drones don't work? Let me see what version of the mod I have, if that matters. If there, I don't know if you sent me multiples. This is called the Depth Cruiser. This version right here, downloaded on a week ago. 6.108 kilobytes. 6.108 kilobytes, if that tells you anything. I don't know. The size will tell you anything. It's the only version I think you've sent me. So I don't know, man. Let me... the mods that I loaded, just so you know. Better Plans of Backgrounds, Hyperspace. This is the version 2. Whatever. It's the latest version that Slow Rider told me to download because I need the latest version of Hyperspace for his SMPK. And then Extended Pursuit, Dumble Doge, Gib Tester, Disable Hacking Fix. That's well, and your Depth Cruiser. I'm not gonna actually do it since I'm loading since I have the thing right now. But that's what I loaded. If that is of any help. So, I don't know if that'll tell you anything. Oh man, mini beams everywhere. Okay. Okay. Oh man, they really hate my O2. Alright, well at least it's not my weapons. Maybe I should try loading your mod without loading Hyperspace. If Mr. Porco is saying that you load the Hyperspace, maybe I don't need to be loading a separate Hyperspace? Should I try that? Is it maybe conflicting versions of Hyperspace? I feel like I do this. This is how I load all of RPGNerdos mods, and I've never had an issue with a system just not working, though. But I don't know, maybe the latest Hyperspace update did something. 59 scrap. What do I want to do? I want to buy shields is what I want to do. I need Hyperspace because he appends Hyperspace. Okay, so I do need to load. So there's not a different way to load this. It might be a different version of Hyperspace, but I don't know, man. Piloting, okay. Well, I'm gonna try to do this with basically a nerfed ship because we have no protection. These drones, I'll just have to sell them at the next store or something. Don't hit my weapons. Okay. Yeah, the drones just are not repairing the damage for whatever reason. He appends the file where the magic happens. Did Hyperspace get an update with the new multiverse version that just dropped? I don't know, but I do know that a week or 2 weeks ago, Slow Rider, who is the developer of the SMPK Insurrection mod, said that Hyperspace made some changes that I need to update for. So I have Hyperspace 1.2.2 5865636. Is that the latest version of Hyperspace? It says in the top right corner. That's what I think is the version I have. Alright, let's go, well, NG... I might want to go NG so I have more stores to find shields. I think I might do that, actually. Is there a link to the box? Yeah, exclamation point, FTL ship. Hide within the abyss. Heal. I'm going to do this. We'll have our lost our head start, but we get a better heal. If I sell the drones, I can probably get shields. Hide in the abyss. And that. Okay, do you have shields? You have shields. So these sell for 25. So if I sell 2 of these, I can buy shields? Okay. Alright, there we go. We now have shields. And maybe what I'll do... Oh, the shields look cool. Oh man, I love that aquamarine light blue color. The ship definitely looks gorgeous, even if the drones aren't doing what they're supposed to do. I'll probably play this ship like I just want to get a defense drone, like a normal drone ship I would play. Now I want to upgrade my weapons. Oh man, Pulsar. Yeah, this ship should be there. At least the version that I think you sent me. Oh, nice. Free drone part. Alright, NG free stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then across. NG free stuff, save the run. Because my defenses just aren't defending me. We'll cloak the bomb here. Actually, he's about to shoot a laser. Double laser. Nice, okay. I think the balance you did to this ship was make it a really low power. Because I can't power all my systems. First time having a boy steal your Prime sub, 2FA should help with that. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Oh, a bot. How does a bot steal your Prime sub? What? Does a bot sub to a channel for you or something? I don't know how that works. So this guy pierces a shield. So we'll use Tooth, or do I want to use Echo and try to get crew kills? Now that I have shields, maybe I actually go for some crew kills. I want to try this Echo ability. How in the world does a bot steal your Prime sub? Alright, Pulsar. You know what? Shield Drone is really good against Pulsar, but I don't have enough power for it, man. Okay, good. I didn't hit my shields. Woo! I mean, didn't hit my weapons. How much damage does that do? Okay, so it did almost 50 damage there. Let's go for the crew kill. Oh, that can't pierce shields. Whoops. You had an old password on the account and you woke up today to it being used on a blank account. Yikes. That sucks. Frickin' bots, man. You're gonna see if they can refund it. Now you're opening the mod you gave me, and you'll test if the drones work with that file too. Okay. The echo's a very cool effect. All the visuals on this are really cool. The lightning laser shot, the echo is really cool. This is honestly the first ship from RPGNerdos that a mechanic is not working, which is a shame because everything else about the ship is amazing. Just the main defensive mechanism being borked is making it a more difficult run here. Okay, we'll take a nap. I love that. I love that you call it a nap. Right, a defense 2 drone. I'd have to sell a weapon to get online. You don't have backup bat or anything here, do you? No, no systems. Does this use a missile? No, it's the Tooth that uses a missile. Okay. So we're gonna go for some crew kills now. Let me get power. Then I'm gonna go for second shield. Nerdos is an artist. RPGNerdos is definitely it's getting really, really good at the visuals. Every ship almost feels like it's even better than the last for the visuals. You are an artiste, RPGNerdos. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. The only problem with the Echo is it can't get past shields, so let's do this. And then we go for crew killing. Tested drones work as normally, assume it's something that Hyperspace changed then. Okay. Damn, I think I'm going to Well, let's see if I do this and this. Oh, this is so close. Okay, he being stunned means that I might be able to do this. So it sounds like it's a Hyperspace version issue. So if I play this ship on an earlier version of Hyperspace, maybe it'll work. What's up, Real Rock Beat? It's your favorite day. Nice. Maybe upload the version of Hyperspace you're using to the download thing and send it to me, and I could try that. Maybe I'll play this ship again next week or something to try that. Let's see here. As you know, I am completely clueless about the inner workings of Hyperspace, so... Yeah, I'm gonna go with the current run, but we can definitely play this ship another, like next week RPG. If you want to plan on just for next week, figuring out which version of Hyperspace I need to play, and just either give me a link or tell me where that link is and I can download it. I don't want to miss out on showing off one of the mechanics you designed, so we'll just play your ship a second time. It's no big deal. No biggie. Quite curious how... That's really cool. This echo, I've been... somebody on YouTube asked when I'm gonna stream City of Heroes, because that's the game I talk about that I've been playing off stream as like my chill out game. And they added a symphony control, and this echo thing makes me think of that ability. The like kind of bard-like offensive abilities, so I'm digging it. Uh-oh. I think his ship is gonna burn down before I can crew kill him. Maybe I need to use the tooth instead of the lightning for crew killing. Because this thing just doesn't charge fast enough as the ship's burning down here. It certainly is a highlight of any other way dreadful first day of the week. Okay. So I can get my second shield now. We haven't used the tooth yet. So this is the one that pierces one shield and does 2 system and 2 hull. This guy's doing just too much hull damage for us. It does up to 4 when he's got no shields, right? Yeah. Okay. Hopefully we can fight a single shield ship that I can pierce with the tooth to show this thing off. Pierce with the tooth. What's your specialty? Piloting for 10. That's a good deal. One of the few deals I'd actually be able to afford, too. Alright, so if I upgrade engines, I'll be able to upgrade my artillery. I don't know how much I want to upgrade the artillery since... since I'm trying to, like, crew kill and stuff. Huh, I didn't see a Dumble Doge. Beautiful. Alright, this is a very good crew killing ship. Once I figured out how to do it correctly. I wish the echo charged a little bit faster, but maybe, Whoa! Wow, okay, nice double reward. Maybe we can get some automated reloaders going on this or something. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out, I guess the visuals of the ship are kind of going for like you know, depths of the ocean, anglerfish with bioluminescent, you know, fins and frills hanging off it. Kind of the theme for your Abyss stuff is the deep, dark depths of the ocean. That's kind of the idea behind it, I think. Go. One more power. Now we can save up for like backup battery and stuff. It's quite menacing looking, which is, I think, what you were going for. So well done on that. Quite menacing. I'm gonna try to. I'm not gonna go for a crew kill on this. This is the Warden of FTL. What is the Warden? Whoa! He hit me with his ion while I was cloaked. Was I too late, or is it because it's off screen? Is there an issue with shields being off screen for that? It's the new Minecraft boss in the deep dark biome. Oh, that's cool. Uses echolocation to find you. Oh, that's pretty freaky sounding. I wonder if my nieces know about that. They play Minecraft. Their favorite thing that they told me about the last 2 times ago when I messed them were the axolotls or whatever, the new critter in the water that they added a couple patches or something expansions ago. Alright, what do we got here? Hide within the abyss. Alright, what do we got? Leviathan plating. Hey, F. Maddox, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. What does this do? Reactive plating's durability is improved by 30. So it allows each plate to absorb up to 5 before breaking. So this is upgrades our drones, which we're not using. Reactive plating's durability reduced by 15 and will recover rapidly from damage as long as damage dealt to the system it is in is lower than 2. Yeah, so I don't think either of these are going to be good since we sold our drones. Okay, we'll have to try out those when we play this. Oh, there's a scroll bar. Yeah. When we redo your ship next week or whenever it is. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do? I want to get backup battery, and I want to get some good augments. I think is what I want to do next. Okay, so this doesn't work here. Actually, I can't do crew damage anyway. Now, one thing I am slightly worried about is the angle of their beams. Okay, it doesn't look like they're going through my shields. Oh, it's a beam master, by the way. I always worry slightly about ships that go off the screen and things bypassing your shields. So I'm gonna hope that the ion, I just cloaked it too late because of how large the ship is. I'm just gonna hope that it was that and not that we couldn't dodge or something. Or we cloaked and just didn't dodge because we only had 75% dodge or something. Oh, excuse me. I don't think I've seen anything bypass shields. I also like your floor image. The shape of the light blue border looks really cool. I'm trying to say a lot of good things about your ship since the one thing didn't break or it didn't work. So I don't want you to think I don't like your ship just because the drones had a hyperspace malfunction. All right, I'm actually full health. This doesn't really do anything. That's fine. All right, backup batteries, nice. Sell these guys. Maybe I'll hold on to system repair for potential blue options. I keep hoping to find a defense drone. I could maybe get a combat drone. Wouldn't be terrible, right? Yeah, I want to buy this. I don't know if I'll use it, but if these are going to be my weapons, I might want to use an offensive drone this build. Pretty sure this is the most beautiful whole image you made compared with anything you made so far. Feels that way to you? Nice. Well, it's nice when you feel good about your build. The one thing I will say is I kind of wish it wasn't going off the screen so I could see it in its full beauty. I kind of just wish it was all the way on the screen so I could see it better. I really like that kind of negative cloaking image thing there. Oh, okay, so he tried to shoot that. Oh, this guy's offense is crazy. If I was playing this in on hard no pause day, I would be in rough shape. Black combat drone and a burst laser 1 is pretty insane. Pretty insane. Didn't get there in time, did it? Damn it. What's crazy is this echo is just slow enough that I can't keep shields down versus an NG repair party. So I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to crew kill this. Even with the length of the stun. Okay. Wow, I'm getting 0 effing dodges, man. Finally. Give me a break here, game. Give me a break. I think part of that is I'm cloaking too late because the ship is off the screen, man. Okay, there we go. Turned out to be slightly too big. When you were drawing it, you assumed it just fit fine. It didn't. You considered scaling it down, but that make it look weird. Yeah, I guess with your floor image, if you made the actual ship smaller, the floor image, you could possibly move the floor image back a touch or something, but yeah, I don't know. You're right, that might be the issue. Is the floor image fitting inside the ship if you made the ship itself smaller. Alright, let me get some dodge here. I really wanted to save up for like a weapon upgrade or something, but I need some dodge. What's up, Vega? How are you doing? Intervene. Really good freaking weapons, man. All these ships are... Well, you know, I'd just be glad I'm fighting these on this day and not Wednesday, I guess. Quite the ship, yep. Another crazy ship from RPG. A crazy ship. Okay. Let's do this. I'll do one shot there. This guy's got a clone bay though. It's okay. Ooh, good dodge. Beautiful. This off. Keep the shields down. Let's go with the tooth. Back up. Beep boop beep boo. I really wish the echo was faster. It's almost a good crew killing weapon. Almost. But the speed of it is making it just... the speed of it, and it doesn't quite do enough damage, it feels like. Well, maybe the ship wasn't designed to be a full-on crew-killing machine. Okay. Yeah. What does this do, like 35 damage or something? Because it takes 3 shots per human to kill. There we go. All right. Oh. 3 shots per human. It's way too many shots. Although if I could hit their room with one of our other... Oh, a room that they're in with one of these other weapons without killing the ship, that would be... speed up the process, but they do too much. It's like 3 weapons that do really good hull damage, 1 that does crew damage, but it's just slightly too slow to be really good. Alright, 103 scrap. What do I want to do here? Let's continue to go with dodge, because with 4 we can actually upgrade our artillery for free the next empty jump. Oh, combat drum blue option. Just go. Just go. Thanks for the repair drone, repair training, bro. This is the depth, what's it called? Depth Cruiser? The Depth Cruiser is what this one is. Manually hack the station. Well, if it fails, we have enough jumps that we wouldn't be a disaster. Nice. Alright. Besides, the ship gets its own built-in distraction boys. Distraction boys. Alright. Okay. And they never hang out in the shield room. So I'm gonna lightning shields? No, I guess I fire everything at the shields, even though they have to have a heal day too. Okay. Yes. Is this ship one of those specific rim creatures? It looks like one of those kaijin or whatever they're called. That I'm not sure of. I've never watched the Pacific Rim movies. But it is supposed to be a ship to look like a creature from the depths of the ocean. So if that's what the kaijin from that is based on, then maybe. Damn, no dodges. Let me get one weapon offline here. Still pissed off though, RPG, because you tried to update your hyperspace, it would spot the problem, but updated hyperspace gives you errors. Updated hyperspace gives you errors, huh? There must be some... I'm not gonna crew kill this, am I? Well, maybe actually. Must be a conflict between the hyperspace you built this one around and the new one or something. Looks like a Needler from Halo. Or the head of a Xenomorph, yeah. Can't update your hyperspace unless you're just doing something wrong. You'll try to update it sometime again. Okay, no worries, no worries. Okay. Alright, Synthwave, you go in here. Godzilla and such are kaiju, which translates to either monster or strange beast or something? Okay. Okay. Let me see here. What is this? This is a pulsar. Do I want to skip the pulsar? This is a really good dive sector, honestly. If I go through 2 nebula jumps, I get 10. If I go through 4 nebula jumps, I get 11. So 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Means I'm going through a pulsar. Okay. Double heavy laser. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Okay, good. That timing works out well. I saved my cloaking. Go. Just completely delete his weapons. Perfect. I'm gonna try to crew kill this. And a pulsar, this is probably a bad idea. That's gonna be too late. So I'll wait on that. I hit my weapons. Okay, good. Nice. They're both hanging out in there. We'll stun them in the fire. So stunning in the fire, that is great crew killing. And they're dead. Alright, we got another human. Alright, human, you can let silly device be silly device. Silly device, go back to your true form of Master Dorman. What did I say? So it'd be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. With 2 nebula jumps, I still have to be here in 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know that I can get all the jumps that I was thinking I could get. You want to be the new human. Alright, Ted the K, sure. The new human, also known as voted most likely to be vented by his senior high school class. Most likely to be vented. I keep having to forget to change these weapons out. Good dodge. Alright, well, we're maxed out on dodges. That's nice. Okay, he's also maxed out on dodges. You don't mind being vented? You mean replaced by an Ninja Mantis? No, say the right words. You're gonna be vented. Don't sugarcoat it. Ted the K. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get the full 9. But that's okay. We're going into half power. We're still gonna die. We have cloaking. Pet fight. It's a peaceful NG way. Good dodge. Oh, I could have put a guy on shields. Ah, well. Oh, did I time that wrong? I think I did. Would I ever consider a 24-hour stream of vanilla, hard, no pause FTL? What a glorious salt bonanza that would be. Oh my gosh. 24-hour vanilla, hard, no pause. I'm pretty sure my brain and my fingers would die, so probably not. No, I would have to have a very good reason to do that, like $1 million. I don't know what reason would convince me to do that, but it'd have to be pretty convincing. Get 2 power here. Honestly, I've been having some hand issues lately because I've been playing too much City of Heroes off stream, I think. My hands have been giving me troubles. Okay, well this guy can't do any damage, so all we care about is not letting him run. Why would I do that to myself? That sounds like a horrible thing to do to myself. Okay, good. Our undying love and affection is not enough. Not if your undying love and affection is reliant upon me being salty at FTL. No, it's not anywhere close to be enough. Not even close. Not even close. Yeah, ship has space for 12 crew, and we currently have, well, we've gotten 2 free crews so far. Or 1 free crew. We started with this. I can't remember actually. Okay, how much to get another weapon? 125 for another weapon. Okay. If your undying love and affection came with a, you know, money, maybe. But again, oh god. No, honestly, it would probably be one of my best viewed streams ever, apart from like the tournament or something. But oh my god, man, oh my god, just thinking about 24 hours of hard no pause FTL is enough to make me like flinch in pain. Despite it being a common belief in the Twitch population, Rand is not a salt mine. Imagine Rand doing 24 hours will get so burnt out of the game he'll say goodbye to even viewership's day. Well, I don't know about that. If I prepared myself for it. Damn it. Well, going through a guaranteed empty jump is still probably worth 4 jumps. Because I could avoid the dive now if I want to, but I've already committed to it, so let's go through here. Alright, intruders on board. I don't have any vents on this side, so we gotta do like this. Oh, I do have a vent right there. I missed it. Didn't even see it. I'm a blind. Oops, I did not mean to vent my pilot for a bit. Sorry, Inin. Okay. It would be cool though to see the stream uploaded to YouTube with the title, The Day I Quit FTL Forever. Sure. Honestly, if I did something like that, I would probably prepare myself by, I don't know, not streaming for a week or something. I don't know how I would prepare myself for that, honestly. I don't know how I'd prepare myself for that. We'll try to go for a crew kill here. Okay, I think there's somebody stuck in here that I can echo. They're gonna go in there. I have to pay attention here. If I want to crew kill this, I need to pay attention to what doors open where. Whoops! That's a really good deal. I forgot to turn my artillery off. Well, that scared them into doing a really good surrender, so I'll take it. You don't know? I mean, if you drop something worth $1 million, you also don't try and catch it because it's not worth the health issues it might cause. Not that you personally did anything like that. I mean, for $1 million, yes, I would do it. But who's going to pay $1 million for just me playing FTL for a day? Nobody. So, good news. Hyperspace was updated successfully. Bad news, plane doesn't work for you either. So it is relying on an old version. That's not too bad. It's a bit of a pain to swap out hyperspaces, but if you send me the correct version, I'll do another run through this next week. RPG with the correct version. Do I have a store? Guaranteed no store. So let's do this and do this. Prepare by stockpiling snacks and caffeine. Yeah, that's really what I would have to do, just to stay awake for 24 hours straight. Goodness gracious, like I'm thinking about how my hands would feel after that. I would not stream for a couple days and then take a week off or something if I tried to actually do something like that. So is that worth a 1 24-hour stream, me missing, you know, a week of streams? So I feel like it would have to be something like that that I'd have to do. Somebody get Plunder Pig in here, you bet he could afford this. Jesus. When artillery stops the crew kill and gives you a really good surrender drop. In other words, artillery OP. Proved by that one time. Okay. Hide within the abyss. I can do the artillery upgrade now because I'm at 4 engines, so we'll do that. There we go. Not that I'm really using it, but we have the option. I think for $1 million, I could stop streaming after that and retire to California. That's true. I could. For one stream for $1 million, but for $1 million, yes, for $1 million. For $1 million, I would quit streaming. I would quit working. So you'd pay for one stream and then I'd stop streaming forever. Sounds like probably not a good deal if you want to see as much FTL out of me as possible. $1 million bugs, you would start screaming. Yeah. Me too. Me too. For a video game with $1 million bugs, I'd start debugging. I don't know. Alright, so we gotta dive. I guess we'll just go like this. How many autocorrects can we make out of this joke? Deep, deep, bum. For $1 million drugs, I would start screening. I don't know. Okay, good dodge. Okay. Okay, there's an ASB shot. Cloak now. I will say the ship is so large I can't tell when things are happening behind it. Okay, let's get out. Good dive. Pirate control, slug control. I kind of do want crew. Pirate controlled can have other scary ships though, like all the slug pirates, the Zoltan pirates. Slug control just has slug ships. I have to buy level 202 if I go there. Let's try to get some free crew of pirate control. In the really rare case scenario, you'll end up doing a 24-hour FTL stream. You suggest doing a mix of viewerships, hard mode, no pause, and other FTL stuff, FTL related. Okay, well, I'm not actually gonna do it, but I appreciate the suggestion. Take a nap real quick. You had a few dreams like that. You walked into the house and there were giant 2 to 3 foot long spiders sitting on the walls and ceiling. That sounds like too much FTL and giant alien spider events is what that sounds like. One dropped on top of you and you woke up. That's a pretty scary dream. I have dreams. What are my scary dreams? My scary dreams are like deep ocean being stuck under the ice dreams or something. I don't know. I don't think I've had a scary dream in a while, so I don't remember what my scary dreams are. If you had $1 million bugs in your game, you would have more bugs than code. There is no debugging that. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Crew kill this, although big giant missile kind of sucks. Cloak the first one, hopefully we'll get his stuff down for the second one. Nice. Good doges. Cloak that. Okay. Do this. Okay, very good. Do this. Very nice. I kind of wish I had 2 of these Echo instead of 2 of the Tooths. Two teeth? 2 teeth weapons? 2 tooths? Kind of want double Echo. I like this Echo. System plus crew damage. Alright, do one more here so that he's just down. Hey, what's up, Cyfox? How you doing? You have more than a million bugs in the code you're actively supporting. That sounds like a meme. Because if you actually had a million bugs, then I don't think you would actually have code. I'm gonna assume you're being facetious or sarcastic or whatever the correct term for that is. Okay, we do have a burst laser 3 to sell. You never seen this ship? Well, not surprising because I think it's the first time it's been played, or at least apart from RPGNerdos creating it. It is called the Depth Cruiser. I think it's called that. Yes, the Depth Cruiser. It's a really fun one from RPGNerdos in the chat here. Please don't tell me that the bug-filled code is an ant simulator. It was all a huge setup for a pun. I did that too late. Pie Boy I know would allow that one. Okay. It's a medical hematology software. Okay. I don't know where the crew are. Is there crew in there? Is there going to be crew in here? Oh, those dome bulldozers. Okay. Nope, they were all in the shields. 99 bugs in the code that I wrote. 99 bugs in the code. Take one down, patch it around. 937 bugs in the code that I wrote. You can see a bug from here. It's spelled hematology. Two more nebula jumps does give me 11, so I'll skip this one since it's most likely empty. As long as it's not the software that controls the surgery robot arm. That's right. Okay. No, it controls the analyzers for all the lab values in North America. Wow. That sounds like something you don't want to have a bunch of bugs in the code on. Damn, didn't get the cloaking offline, but his weapons are down, so it's fine. I feel like that kind of gives away what you didn't want to give away, though. For people who would know what that is, I feel like that would give away what it is. Last week, one of your tickets was for a missed value on a cancer diagnosis. Yikes. Yikes. Asteroid field, okay. Wow, okay. Alright. Well, you're gonna die really fast. But I'm not gonna dodge anything if you're mind controlled. Okay, does my combat drone hit anything? I think maybe it hit one thing. Okay. Let's go ahead and heal. You just realized press ability could be activated on plating manually. Since it was meant to activate on its own, but maybe it was still there. We'll need to test that. Okay, alright. Good luck with your debugging, RPG. I hope it goes well. You'd love to say that you're now really glad for not living in North America. Honestly, you have no reason to believe the software used in Germany is much better. Yeah, not to get too political, but yesterday the reason I didn't stream was I had a cast party for my Christmas caroling group, and the girl who hosts a lot of our cast party, her husband's family. Well, basically, her husband is from China. Although he moved to the U.S. when he was like in 3rd grade or something, so he's mainly American, but his family is from China. And they were talking about all the really bad stuff about living in China. So, at least in America, I can actually vote or something. I don't know. Damn it. So there's probably worse places you could be than Germany for certain reasons. Am I actually going to crew kill this? You know what? Jesus. No, I'm not taking your dumb bribe. He just keeps dodging. I really don't like the timing on your echo. I really don't like it. It's slightly too slow, and it's slightly not enough damage. I either need 2 of these, or the fact that the stun is just slightly shorter than the charge time. I don't know, maybe it's balanced, but ugh, it feels bad to use. Feels bad if there's no other weapon doing crew damage. Vote, own property, take your money out of banks without tanks being parked outside, normal stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. There's some reason to be glad I'm in America, not other countries. Let me see. I could get 3rd shield, and I probably should. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Not being on lockdown all the time. Oh, geez. Freaking hell, man. What are all these... What's all these goddamn free hacks, man? This is a breach missile that I can't even have a chance to stop. There, one shot that guy. Screw your weapons in particular. Why use tear gas when you have 120mm cannons to disperse rioters? Whew! Yikes. Your testing showed that they patched drones' ability of working even when depowered, which means you'd have to have plating powered to repair. So you think this will work if I turn on... If I would have had the drones powered? Okay. If you knew that was going to be changed, you'd have reduced power costs. Well, there you go. Hopefully that's an easier fix. Just make them be those self-powering things or whatever. Does that get the crew kill, actually? Almost. Man, if he cloaks right as this thing charges. Man, this echo charge time is just slightly too slow. Okay, there we go, we got him. You love me so much for avoiding politics, you feel like it's a safe place for you to rest from all the crap in the news, yeah. Okay, well yeah, you can make just a few, hopefully minor changes so that'll work with the new hyperspace. That's probably be even better than having to send an old hyperspace. Yeah, making them require less power is just a single number you have to change. Sounds a lot easier than making it require an old version of hyperspace. So if I am gonna dive, I can go here in 6. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go ahead and do that. You got to see some of those autocannons. It was quite impressive. Are you talking about tanks or FTL autocannons? Missile. missile offline. Okay, so this pierces one shield. So if I do that, he's locked out. We do this. Very nice. In a museum, because they had part of the Oerlikon Rain Metal collection. Or Oerlikon Rheinmetall. Is that a German word for saying rain of metal? Like lots of bullets from a cannon? That would be my guess. That's what that name is suggesting. Yeah, thinking about making them cost 0 power drones. They'll work functionally the same, right? They would use up all your drone slots, but they would do what you wanted them to do. You could still turn them on to move to a room, and then turn them off. Although with them costing 0 power, you probably would never have to turn them off. I'm not exactly 100% sure how 0 power costing drones work. You probably still have to activate them if they're like the capacitor drones in Mr. Porku's mod. Rheinmetall is a German big gun manufacturer, you think. Oh! Oerlikon is a place in Switzerland. Rheinmetall, German company. Company name. Okay, gotcha. Hide in the Abyss. I need one more engine to do the that thing, so we'll just get the free repair. Scrap recovery, restrict teleport. I have gotten like nothing in the way of crew. Apparently haven't been to a store in a second and a half either, because I still have that stuff to sell. Just gonna go and buy the clone bay. I'm gonna buy a mantis. You're shield trained mantis too, so nah, let's put the human in shields rather than the mantis in sensors. Go deal with borders when they show up. High power cost is supposed to stop the player from moving plates around too much for rapid repair of other systems, since the drones must be now powered to use their ability. Yeah, sounds like you gotta rebalance it a little bit maybe. Oh, we got an extra jump. Okay, so we can definitely go here. Hide. Okay, I keep getting more jumps actually. Long range scanners already have. I was hoping for defense drone or automated reloader. Combat 2 drone is interesting. I don't think I ever have enough power to run all those things though, so. Max trained piloting rock dude. Sorry, Inan, you've been demoted. Or promoted to, again, most likely to be vented. I hope you enjoy your new position. Although, Ted Decay, he has no training, so if I was going to vent anybody, it would be Ted Decay. Again, sorry. So we'll go like this. So we'll put a guy on shields who's also our backup pilot. You know who was big into the tank business World War II? Porsche. Really? Or Porsche. Is it Porsche or Porsche? I hear people in the US say Porsche. Is that a French company or Italian company? I don't actually know the right pronunciation of that. It's a German company. Okay. So maybe it would be Porsche. Although I'd probably need to hear how a German would pronounce that to understand how it's actually supposed to be pronounced. Pronounced Porsche. Ramsey says Porsche. Or in the German accent, Porsche. I've only been to Germany once in my life, so I've never, and I'm pretty sure I never heard anybody say that company name, so. In German, Porsche. Porsche? Prosh? I'm assuming you swapped around the R and the O there. Okay, I actually get 4 jumps here, but I didn't know because of the delay. Alright, well, even more delays. All the delays. Going to empty nebula jumps just gets me all the delays. Okay, I think we can crew kill this. It now work as intended. You'll send me an updated version that will work with the new Hyperspace. Perfect. I'll plan on playing that next week. RPG. We will definitely do that. Got one shot the shields, but I did not shoot the deputy. Let's see. All right, they just died in a fire or something. Porsche. Porsche.
Porsche.
Porsche. The R is really weird. Porsche. Okay. Well, now I know. Now I know that when people say Porsche, they're actually saying it correctly with an American accent. 38 or 39 or 38. Why are these guys one scrap apart in cost? You know what? We're going to get the luxury version of this. We'll get the Porsche of Rock Crew named Swamps for 39 scrap and no training here. Okay. The Echo graphics is kind of neat. Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. I like the lighting and the Echo. I think those two weapons look really cool. Ooh, Rebel Stronghold, okay. Still hope that in spite of the mechanic of the ship being a bit borked, I am having fun. Oh yeah, having fun, and the ship is really well done. I'll definitely look forward to doing a second playthrough of it. Maybe we'll go full shieldless next time to play it as intended with your drones or something. We'll have to see. Okay. This still does system damage. I guess I'll keep that online. Weapons look RPG themed. Well, RPGNerdos, as the name would suggest, is definitely sticks with the theme. Definitely sticks with the theme. No dojings for me. Suddenly it's a lot less novel. You were very confused when you heard the term Beamer for a BMW the first time. Yeah, I don't know why that's a thing. I don't know why we say that in the US, why Beamer is what people call BMWs. Other than we Americans like to shorten things. I don't know. First one was a healing speed that made acid slimes too strong on your beast ship. And the second one, you saw yourself. Oh, this is the second time your ship was screwed over by changes in hyperspace. Ah, okay. Has a lot of lasers, sir. Okay, I'll go ahead and bench you. The rock dude over here. Hyperspace is a dangerous place. Just be happy you didn't come out the exit inside out. There you go. Be happy it wasn't worse. Okay, so we're gonna go all in on shields to start, so I can actually crew kill with the Echo. Kill the clone bait. Beautiful. Let's get a weapon off there. Never give up, never surrender. Okay, where are you going? Over here? So he's never gonna go in the shield room while it has 4 fires, so he should stay in there. Okay, good. Shorter BMW is already an acronym. How much shorter can you get? BMW, BMW, that's 5 syllables. Beamer. It's fewer syllables. Which is not necessarily always true for shortenings in the US, but it's 3 whole less syllables. It's so totally worth it. Again, I don't actually know if that's the reason, but how much shorter can you get? Just call it a B. That's what you could do. Okay, that's fine. Redneck justification. Yeah, I guess so. Although I take umbrage at being called a redneck, even though I live in Texas. Damn, how do we not one-shot his shields, man? Seriously. Look at... There we go. How about BMV? We don't call W's V's here. I don't know if that is called, if somebody does in the world. Although I think W is what some people say for W or something. Is that like the Spanish thing for double? W is double D or something? I don't remember. Just kill this guy. Screw it. I hate these frickin' ion intruder drones. I actually hate those damn things. No, they're not that scary when you use them. Just like in English, you have to say Volkswagen referring to a double OVW. You're from West, by God, Virginia. Don't get me started on rednecks. Usually associate redneck with the Appalachians. Okay, I think we should go back to the letter W-Y-N-N-E. That'll confuse some people. The letter win? I have no idea what letter that is. Is that even just a single letter? That looks like 5 different ones, or 4 with 1 repeated. I got a bunch of jumps till we get a store. Let's get a level 2 clone bay. Wait, I'm supposed to be looking at empty jumps. I'm in a rebel stronghold. What am I even doing, man? Investigate. Troopers on board. Gets vented. See, I'm confused. True. So successful, confusing was successful. You have succeeded in confusing me. Okay. Alright, you guys done being vented, please? Thank you. Okay, he's got a heal bay. Oops, I didn't mean to shoot at that room. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Alright, so they're gonna run to the heal bay when they get low, so I think I should be able to echo right on the heal bay as they run out to that room, I think. There we go. Beautiful. Very nice. You only just learned that Mexico says double U, even though you learned all through school double V, but you think it would mostly be the Mexican dialects. Before W, the letter was said as win, W sound, but looked like a P, so it was confusing. Wow, I've never seen that before. I don't think I've seen or heard of that. English used to have about 33 letters. Be thankful. Okay, I'm thankful. Frickin' hell, man. Alright, well. I don't need that many shields, so let's turn this on. When was that? Was that back when it was called... what was it before English? It was like Saxon or Anglo-Saxon, or... I remember... Van der Apron and the Shoresot, the something, the old English that I had to learn in high school English. What was that called? Middle English, then Old English? What was that, the Canterbury Tales or something? Oh yeah, I forgot the artillery does that. 3 points artillery are free upgrades given from engine upgrades. Yes, yes they are. And I need to remember to use them on auto scouts. Then again, you also learn that from CH. That CH, LL, and RR were letters after they'd been removed from the Spanish alphabet, and RR perhaps never had been. So bad Spanish education. Okay. Doodle doodle doo doo. Canterbury Tales, wowzers, you got PTSD from those? We have clone base, we can manually search. Okay, nice. Chaucer, yes. Okay, they are in here. Yep. All I really remember about Chaucer was in the movie A Knight's Tale. He was played by the guy who now plays Vision in MCU movies. That's really all I remember about Chaucer now. And my nephew Josh loved that movie. That was his favorite movie as a kid growing up. Damn, man. You have to hit basically every shot for us to take damage, so 0 dodges for me. Wow, really? How many crew does he have? Where are they? They're in my sensors. And I don't know where their crew are. I know they're not in piloting, though. So it looks like they're going in and out of weapons and shields, I think. Our lecturer was torturing us with them on the second year in university of the the Chaucer Canterbury Tales stuff. Okay, they're in one of these rooms. Ah, nice, got them. You mean German has a letter just for the double S? The thing that looks like a B. Yeah, I do remember learning that learning about that in German diction, I think. Okay, half power. AKA Papa Stark Chauffeur. You talking about Vision or Jarvis? Is that what he's called? I think he's called Jarvis. In the movies, his actual name. God, this guy's got really good weapons, actually. Can I please get this offline? Nope. Beep beep boop beep boop beep. Spells equal spellings, Freudian. Spells are amazing. Okay. Yeah, I read that out of order, but I don't actually know what you were going for there. Don't quite know what you're going for, but okay. Whoops. Can I open the doors, please? That's what I want to do. Thank you. Home come German didn't combine. Okay, how come German didn't combine the funny B into double S like English did with so many letters? Jarvis, yes, the real Jarvis was also the chauffeur butler. There was an actual real person for that? I thought it was always an AI. Let's see, 8, 7, 6. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need to be here in 5. So here in 4. 1, 2. Damn pulsars, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna skip a pulsar and just get empty. Actually, Rebel Stronghold, I want empty jumps anyway. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And hope that this was not the Under Construction flagship. Thankfully in Italian there are none of those letters, only the 2 accents over vowels. The accent aigu and accent grave. That's what I remember those being called. I don't know if that's what they're called in Italian, because those sound like French terms, but I think that's what those accents are called. Tony named him after the servant, probably because he saw him more than his own dad or something. Oh. Is that what it was? Okay, my brother would know this stuff. He knows the... My brother knows the Marvel stuff better than I do. Okay, let's do this. You admire the dedication the French have towards their language because they have an institute for keeping the French language alive. Oh, that's cool. They, for example, had to invent a French word for the Walkman. Okay. You mean keeping their French language unsullied by foreigners? Actually, in recent revisions of the German language, the double S was in most cases replaced with SS. For example, Das is now written D-A-S-S instead of the double S-B looking thing. Cool. The things I learn from all you people that are not in the US, that's really cool to me. Where are you going, bro? Where are you going? Some words that are written the same way have a different way to be pronunciated. Oh my gosh! Why can't I find no? Why can't I find no? Why can I find no stores this run? How am I just getting all this free crap that I can't do anything with, man? It's crazy. Person Jarvis was introduced in Agent Carter. The actor's name is Paul Bettany. Yeah. In recent, let's see, might be easier to keep their language alive if they pronounced all of the letters. That's pretty funny. French was one of my favorite languages, but I also felt like it was one of the more difficult languages to pronounce because, yeah, there's like so many letters that you don't actually pronounce in the language. Why is B-E-A-U-X? Bo. You know? Why does it take 4 letters to write an O? That's crazy. That's funny to me about French. Although I can't really say anything because English has stupid stuff like that because we borrow from everybody. Or English is like derived from French, German, and all the other Latin or whatever. But still. B-E-A-U-X is beau. Le berceau is the same. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh man, I'd like a flak, but I'm not gonna do it. Because we're gonna play this ship as intended, I guess. If you don't understand the accents thing, though, the reason English lost several letters is to simply simplify movable type presses. Vowels with accents seem to ignore that. Okay. Alright. Oh, okay, so we got an extra jump, but it looks like the under construction flag was up there, so sad times. Lol borrow. Okay, yeah, we stole, I don't know, whatever the correct thing would be for what English did to all the other languages. Alright, I'll take this. Can't find a defense drone to save my life. We have room for 4 more crew. I mean, what else am I going to spend scrap on? Weapons. Okay, let's just get the weapons done. 1, 2. Okay. Like this, I guess. So why is light pronounced like light? Oh yeah, there's a lot of stupid stuff like that in English too. L-I-G-H-T, probably because we stole I-G-H-G-H's from, I don't know, whoever we stole that from that leaves out those things. Probably because we stole from the French. Because all the other language we stole from, we took the worst parts of it and adapted it to be English or something. I say we. I don't know. The English. Blame the English, not us Americans. We were just adopted by the stuff. We weren't born into it like Bane from Britain or something. Let's do this. Let's try to crew kill. Stun you in a fire. Do this. So stop taking damage. Because we like 5 different sources of vocabulary. There you go. That's why. 1 or 2 is not enough. We need to steal from every language and take the worst rules of all of them and then add exceptions to those rules. Why does O-U-G-H in English have 5 pronunciations? Yeah. Yeah. English is a tough language. It can be understood through thorough thought, though. Yeah. Because we hate anybody else learning our language. That's why. Yeah, I saw that there's a level 9 weapon upgrade. Is it free? I think I saw that you said that it's free. Through thorough thought, though. I don't know why it's so hard through thorough thought, though. That was a lot of doges. I'm waiting for this missile. Jeez, that one fired twice before that fired once. Must be a breach missile. Yeah. Why are you not filling up with oxygen, please? There, no more weapons for you. Your weapon privileges have been revoked. Why did this go offline? Damn it. Telegraph helped fix American English a little, but not enough. Okay. Whoops, that's the wrong people. Bum, 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 bum. I think we can kill this. I'm gonna wait till he runs to fire. I think he's running to the heal bay. Yeah. And there we go. Got it. 1/3 German, 1/3 French, 1/3 Latin, thereabouts. A bit of Greek and a very old Brithic as well for English. Plus 1 scrap for level 9 by the looks of it. Alright, free value point, basically. Nice. TH sound is quite common when you think about it. In the US, well, there's 2 different versions of the TH, right? There's the voiced and the unvoiced. And I don't know if that's common in other languages to have voiced and unvoiced. I think that's in German, too. Okay. I don't really need fuel. Wow, we still have 2 more sectors to go. This has been a long run. Holy crap. I guess because I'm waiting to get so many crew kills. Let me speed up this run so I can make sure I get all the runs in today. Slug Hub Nebula, we got level 202. I guess these weapons are not actually that crazy strong. So what I'm going to do is probably stop crew killing After I check this store, I'm gonna get level 6 engines, so we get the free level 4 artillery upgrade. It's combat 2 and a missile. Okay. Shields for you. Auto fire this. Okay. And Echo, when they get in here, kill those guys. I think most languages do not have silent letters. English is pretty rare for having word spellings not teach you how to say the word. TH had its own letter at one point as well called thorn, which looked a lot like a Y, hence all the ye olde nonsense. French is at least consistent for when it decides to not pronounce a letter. Yeah, it's true. It's got a lot of letters you don't pronounce, but at least they are consistent in their rules and less exceptions. I think that's the worst part about learning English, is how many exceptions to rules there are. I mean, I don't know because I grew up with English, so man, I'm passing a burst laser 2 and a flak that I saw earlier. Still no defense drone. But I have a feeling one of the hardest parts about learning English to non-native speakers is the fact that so many rules in English are like, except when you do it this way, you know, I before E, except after C, and as in way, and in A, as in neighbor and way. You know, there's like all these stupid rules of when it sounds one way but not another way. You like Spanish for less exceptions to rules? Okay. Yeah, I took Spanish in college, or in high school, and I feel like I remember there being fewer exceptions to rules. Okay, that is frickin' double burst laser 2. I guess I'm actually gonna dodge that rather than the missile. And these are, all these things are scary. Okay. Well, I hope I dodge this. Oh, okay, well, we resisted it. That's almost as good. Almost as good. Oh, that's a double fire, though. The spelling differences does teach you something about word origins, but you can see how people would want it to be standardized. Or standardized. Spelled differently. Okay, nice. Troll-a-lol statement there. You grew that up around Spanish, but now your Spanish is absolutely terrible. You have a friend who learned English later. She was confused when we used figures of speech like, that shirt is pretty ugly. That's a little big for that space. Oh, pretty ugly. Yeah, pretty being a qualifier, and I guess that's, that would be using little. Yeah, that's a little big for that space. So that'd be using little as an adverb instead of an adjective or something. Yeah, there's probably a lot of weird little things that we do in English that we don't even realize that we do. History of English podcast is 140 plus hours long. It goes through the reasons for a lot of the exceptions. They make sense, but man. Okay. Free borders, eh? Okay, it's gonna go up here. Let's do this. Missile and cloaking. God damn it, these ships this run have been just insane. Been learning thousands and thousands of gendered words versus weird spellings. You can usually guess the word of regardless. You'll take English. Yeah, when I heard about, is it German that there's a gender for every noun? Well, that's in Spanish too, right? Spanish does that too, right? Because it's L, and you have to learn if it's masculine or feminine for like every noun. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to worry about that. So I guess there's a trade-off there. Little big is great, and it makes perfect sense. Does it? Does it though? I mean, that's like saying muy poquito, right? Very small. or mucho poquito, or maybe, I don't know, you probably would say one but not the other, and I don't know because my Spanish is really rusty. Which of our weapons are like chain laser and which aren't? They all are. They all are like a chain laser that has one charge up, where it's slow the first volley and then much faster the second, third, fourth, etc., etc. Der, die, das. In English, the, yeah. Spanish does that too. That's something you never particularly liked. French, German, Spanish, most of the languages have that, and it's not even consistent between them. Yeah, like some words will be masculine in one language and feminine in another. I never understood why. I mean, my language doesn't do that, so it's obvious why I don't understand that, but what is the purpose of having gendered nouns? What does that do for your language? What is that? How does that help? Of course, the reason of it happening is probably not to help, but I don't understand the basis of why the language would have that. I mean, why are all these terrible spellings in English? I don't know. There's probably some origin reason, but what is the origin reason behind they're just being gendered words in a language? In Italian, it's just two gendered nouns, and they are most of the time written similarly. What is the localization of the game name Little Big Planet? I don't know. English used to have singular and plural pronouns for you, yours, etc. Now we just have you. Hi, what's up, Nietzsche? It assigns genders to inanimate objects like some creepy guy. Because we don't like things to be neutral, huh? Which sucks in this present day of pronouns. I wonder if languages that assign gender pronouns make people who now want gender neutral pronouns applied to them angry or not. I don't know. Oh, there it is. It's that day. You guys thought we might not get it. But it is Happy Lawnmower Day, everyone. Then America gave us y'all. Yeah, that's right. Y'all is singular, plural, collective, non-exclusive. I don't know. It's everything. Some words are gender neutral but sound like a male or female noun. Y'all is literally all of you. It's a mere contraction. And so we got y'all, y'alls, y'aller, and y'all. I will say, in Texas, there are many versions of y'all, yes. All y'all is really redundant. Redundancy, but people say, hey, all y'all, which is different than just y'all. Okay, this is the free upgrade. Okay. Stealth weapons useful? Sure. If I can't find automated reloader, it's something, I guess. Yes, let's get you for our piloting. Which means I'm going to lose dodge for a while, but we're overbuying on piloting. On, what's the word I'm trying to say? I'm overbuying on engines because it becomes free artillery upgrades, so might as well. Yaldov. Thought that was a charge up sound of my lightning gun or something. No. Nope, it's the guy with the weed whacker literally right outside my window. Literally right outside my window. Literally! And I don't mean literally figuratively. I mean it literally. There's another fun modern English thing that now literally doesn't actually mean literally anymore. It's used as for emphasis. Apparently. Literally. Use guys. It is very much is different. Yaldov. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say Yaldov. I don't think. I've heard y'alls, y'aller, and all y'all. I don't think I've ever heard of Yaldov before. Y-A-L-D-V-E with a bunch of apostrophes mixed in. This would be a really good ship to get dodge training, but I really don't care. Y'all could have. Y'all could have. I probably could have heard that. Y'all could have heard that. You could put as many contractions as you want at the end of y'all. And we would accept it here, probably. Y'all could have done that and I'd have been fine about that. Yeah, I feel like I've heard that before. I feel like I've heard y'all could have. Favorite contraction? I'm going to, yeah. I'm gonna head on over there. I'm gonna head on over to the house now. Y'all wanna head on over too? No surrender. Yunt 2? What is the, is that the Jeff Foxworthy thing? Jeet yet? No. Jew? Yunt 2? Aight. That's a conversation. That is a conversation in Texas or in somewhere in the South. I'm gonna go, y'all. I'm fixing to go. Hide within the abyss. And heal, I guess, which you don't need. So this is a store. There's our defense drone, finally. Okay. I don't care about any of that, although explosive replicator probably stacks. Let's go ahead and I want to get power. Even though I don't know how I'm ever going to power this thing. You think German doesn't do the whole contraction thing? Are contractions hard to use when learning English? I wonder. Get closer. What's wrong? Demand the rock ship pay. Cloak and missile. Cool. Let's go ahead and just get a defense drone out there. Unless it's Swiss German, then it depends on what area you live in. So certain areas of Germany do use contractions. I feel like that would be confusing. But certain areas of America wouldn't probably understand that the weird stuff I just said, so maybe it's not all that weird. Oh, and there goes my cloaking. Alright, it's fine. At least it didn't hit my drone control. You've seen a lot of people learning English use contractions when you generally wouldn't. Switzerland is not part of Germany. Okay. But there's Swiss German? What is Swiss German? I thought the Swiss spoke Swedish or Swiss or something. I get Swiss and Swedish mixed up. Sweeterland and Switzerland? Sweden and Switzerland? Sweeterland? I don't know. See, as a stupid American, those places sound like they're the same place to me when I know they're not. Would you like payment? No, thank you. Sweeterland and Switz. Totally get those two mixed up. Sounds even better. Stop learning our secret handshakes. Yeah, don't learn our special super secret version of our language. Okay, let's just go ahead and use the defense drone. I know why this run is taking so long. Your balance of the ship was making the weapons really slow on the first volley, and then I'm taking even longer when I was crew killing earlier, so I now know why. I understand. No surrender. Depending on the zone in Switzerland, they speak Italian, German, or French, if you recall correctly. Wow. Wow, Burst Laser 2 for free. Okay. Man, we are already over 2 hours on this run. I need to just finish this. Let's just go. Depending on the see, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland are all German-speaking countries, but Switzerland especially has its own dialect. Okay. I don't care about extra jumps. I'm just gonna speed run this last sector and a half. Yeah, I'll probably just turn on my, I know, I'm sailing a Burst Laser too, I know. It's because I can't find a damn automated reloader or pre-igniter. That's really what I needed this run. Drone recovery arm, I have 32 drone parts. You know what, I actually do need to power. Ways to get power, and you are my ways to get power. Just hang out in there. Actually, I'll just move you out of over to here or something. It's like my only way to get any more power is backup battery and Zoltans. For example, the sentence "You have bought cookies today" is in German "Hast du heute Kekse gekauft?" And in Swiss German it's "Hast du schon Quetzel gekauft?" Okay. Wow, that's a really good weapon system. Sorry for my bad pronunciation. But cool. Good example. Friggin' double flak 1, man. This shows how ridiculous this run has been with the insane ships. Like, this is... If I fought this in vanilla, this ship could kill me, absolutely. Or in, non-viewership day, I guess. Okay. I say I'm speedrunning, but I still do want to check for stores, because if I can get a pre-igniter automated reloader, that would be worth it. I'm going to take free stuff so I don't have to take a fight. Store. Nope. I will take you, although this is expensive, and it's meaning I can't do quite as many upgrades. So 2 more engines gets me level 5 of this. Let's actually do that. And we'll just turn on artillery and let the artillery do the heavy lifting, I guess. You like my pronunciation? Well, thank you. It's probably a American accented German, whatever that is. Whatever that is, that's what the sounds I'm making. It's probably like Americans hearing Arnold going, I like his accent. His Austrian accent that we think is a German accent, but it's actually Austrian. Let's see here. Who is your daddy and what does he do? It's not a tumor. We did all the Arnold quotes the other day on Spider-Man stream, I think. Just imagine the heaviest drawl from some state in the US, one you could find hard to swallow, and that's how most Germans feel about Swiss German. Nice. You know what? I'm just gonna try to avoid that. Oh my god! I could have had 2 flak 1s, 2 burst laser 2s this run. I got a burst laser 2 for free, a flak 1 for free, and I saw a flak 1 and a burst laser 2 at a store. Man, I could have had such a crazy good weapon system if I wasn't playing this ship as intended. Okay, thanks for the quest I can't do. I need a little bit more and I can get that. Talking about heavy drawl, speaking a language. I've probably told this story before, but there was a guy that I went to college with. You know, my degree is in vocal performance. And so you learn diction for different languages that you sing in, or classical singing, so Italian, German, French, all that kind of stuff. And there's a guy named Matt Moody who had the heaviest East Texas drawl I've probably known for somebody. And he would say something, I'll be performing, and then he would do a pretty good pronunciation of like caro mio ben, something Italian. But I always expect him to go caro mio ben, or, you know, some really bad drawl. But he would actually usually not do that. But you could make fun of somebody saying something like, you know, ich liebe dich, you know, trying to be some really bad Texas drawl while pronouncing one of the romantic languages. Level 5 artillery is 10 seconds, FYI. Cool. Scrap some of the debris. They have Vulcans which are countered by dodges. Yeah. Hide within the abyss. Upgrade this. Lunge to level 5. There we go. Max artillery. And look at that. Apparently, we need a different little timer bar. I don't know how fast it's gonna be. That looks like... It looks like it's blurring something. Like somebody just took their clothes off and they're blurring the sensitive bits. That's what it looks like. Like, I'm slowly getting stronger and... Oh, you can't see this! Avert your eyes! This is not for the faint of heart. For those wondering, he said, my dear Ben. Well, what I was trying to say was, ich liebe dich, which I think means I love you, I think is what that's supposed to be. I don't know. My German's not very good, though. But yes, I love Ben. That's what I said. I love Ben. Such a good guy, that Ben. Although I think you maybe were making a joke about my horrible pronunciation. So, good one. Good one. It does mean I love you? Okay. It's so short, it's censored. Yeah, so short. That's what I was thinking. So short. Yeah, no UI for the level 5. Yeah, I know. I know. But it does look funny. Okay, no, I think with this level of engines, we just always get out before the SB fires, so I'll click that. Am I wrong? I think I maybe needed to have it online earlier. Okay, there it is. It does mean I love you, and the pronunciation's pretty good. Thank you. Not the one where I went, ich liebe dich, though. I don't think was very good. Let's go power. I'm going to just use this number of doges. I'll just get a value point in a couple things there. I don't have the mind control counter, but it's fine. We once made an adjusted artillery charge indicator, and then hyperspace changes so the charge was actually matching the indicator. Okay. Do. Boom, boom. This artillery is spooky, man. It's spooky. The sound and the look just keeps happening when I'm not expecting it. Because I can't see the charge hanging on it. The charge thing there. Oh, we already got the piloting max trained. That's pretty nice. Alright, 67 scrap. Let's get doors and sensors, I guess. That's the last 2 value points. Hope it gets across the feeling of a deep sea monster. Gets across. Yeah. I could see a Reaper from Subnautica making that sound and spooking me the F out. Okay, that's a good hack for us. Wish I had level 2 backup battery. Well, and what's also scary about it is it comes out of frickin' nowhere. Keeps happening when I least expect it. Like an attack from the abyss, I guess would. We have enough missiles? Okay. Alright, go one more jump here. Is that a store I saw at the top? I guess it was a repair station. Maybe I can grab that. Whoops, I just skipped a fight. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well, it's fine. This is one of the longest viewerships that's not a SMPK insurrection run we've had in a while. Is this ship OP enough for Monday? Honestly, with how slow the weapons are, this is one of the more balanced RPGNerdos ship, I would say. One of the more balanced of RPGNerdos ships. And by balanced, I mean really slow. This has been a pretty long run. Nice, one shot that. Let me go ahead and cloak this. See if it lasts long enough. So I can also turn on this guy here. Oh yeah, artillery would kill them while we're cloaked, so we're probably fine. Not every ship has to be a broken OP mess on Mondays, although those are some of the most fun to play. Now I gotta worry about mind control. So let's move you here, you over here. Okay. There we go, let's do that. 49 scrap gets us. Get max that, I guess. You just noticed I have an almost vanilla system set up? Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if Echo does anything to his Zilton shield or not. This and this, and you go over here. Triple missile. Okay. More borders. Okay, you guys go there. Stop auto firing here. Actually, this cloaking timing works well. If I don't fire. Perfect. Oh, you're vented. Whoops. Did not mean to vent you, sir. Okay, this. Alright, finish him! GG, the Depth Cruiser, and another amazing ship from RPGNerdos, the Lurker, otherwise known as, aka. I'm gonna make a note to play again. Play updated version again with fixed defense drones. So we're gonna play this one again next week, so that we can actually see the system protecting drones, and maybe we can play a non-shield, a shieldless run or something. Hey, thanks for 1,000 bits, GG. Let's check that score. Mantis mastered combat by fighting my own Zoltan. Did he really? 65-79. Wow. Most jumps survived and most skills mastered by Inan. Wow. Congratulations, Inan. I guess he got piloting shield and then repairs and fighting. I wonder if that's what it was. Most ships defeated. That's pretty crazy. The Lurker AAA, the stream viewer. You had to pun that. Nice. All right. Oh, I forgot to cookie time. So we'll have a cookie. And next we are going to play Mr. Porku's third version of the something ship. I think it's the drone ships. I think it's the third version of the drone ships. So quick AFK, my friends. I got to respond to a message about a gig, but when we come back, we will play another ship from you awesome people. See you in just a bit, my friends.